Hello everyone, it's a new day and CoinMonks is here with another set of latest updates. So let's start today's bulletin with the major headlines of the day. Canadian police seized $28 billion in Bitcoin from a government employee involved in ransomware attacks. US and European Union double down on measures against Russia potentially using crypto to evade sanctions. Fantom Foundation issues clarification statement about departure of Cronje and Anton Nell. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak says that I think Bitcoin is going to $100,000. So without any further ado, let's begin with a refresh feed. Starting with an update from Canada. Wozniak was apprehended by Canadian authorities as a part of an international law enforcement operation aimed at the Netwalker ransomware organization. Officers discovered 719 bitcoins worth around $28.1 million at the time of my check and $7,90,000 in Canadian money during a search of his house in Quebec. The dark web site used by Netwalker to post data taken from victims was also seized by the authorities in the United States and Belgium. Let's dive a little deeper into this one. Wozniak was sentenced to 7 years jail in Canadian court at the time after pleading guilty to 5 offences including computer data theft, extortion, payment of cryptocurrency ransoms and participation in criminal operations. Wozniak now faces additional allegations including conspiracy to commit computer fraud and wire fraud, deliberate damage to a protected computer and conveying a demand in relation to damaging a protected computer, now that he is in United States. For his involvement with the Netwalker ransomware gang, he may face a fine of more than $27 million if convicted. The department will not stop pursuing and seizing cryptocurrency ransom. Defeating ransomware actors attempt to elude law enforcement through the use of cryptocurrencies. Vatten's news Desjardins' extradition comes only days after a member of the R-Evil ransomware organization was apprehended and sent to Texas to face federal charges in connection with Cassia hack. So jumping on to our next segment, we're going to talk about how the US and the European Union have announced further moves aimed at Russia's economy and rich individuals. As the report claims that Vladimir Putin's associates have sought to avoid sanctions by utilizing cryptocurrencies in foreign nations. Let's have a look at what's getting cooked. In reaction to President Vladimir Putin's military invasion of Ukraine, the White House said on Friday that the US, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and the United Kingdom plus the European Union will take additional moves aimed at economically isolated Russia. The declaration includes prohibition on the import of various Russian commodities, prohibition on the export of luxury items to Russia, and instruction to the US Treasury Department on how to track the country's attempt to circumvent current sanctions. Individuals and businesses trading in the cryptocurrency have been warned of probable enforcement actions by regulatory bodies and government departments in several nations adopting such economic sanctions against Russia. According to Bloomberg, the US Justice Department is organizing a new task to force, freeze or seize the crypto assets of wealthy Russian people, as well as investigate banks and crypto businesses that assist entities identified under sanctions for money laundering. The Financial Conduct Authority and the Office of Financial Sanctions Implementation in the United Kingdom published a joint statement advising crypto companies to play their role in ensuring that sanctions are complied with. So let's have a look at our next coverage. Recently, media outlet Trek News made a striking accusation about Fantom Opera, a layer 1 blockchain after the foundation's technical advisor Cronje and senior solution architect Anton Nell announced that they were leaving the crypto space entirely. Almost immediately, concerns from the community arose after Nell tweeted, "There are around 25 apps and services that were terminating on April 3, 2022. However, on Friday, the Fantom Foundation published a statement regarding alleged factual inaccuracies, debunked claims and misinformation from the wrecked piece. Specifically, the Fantom Foundation stated 25 initiatives were not terminated by Cronje and Anton. Instead, any engagement in these initiatives was to be handed over to the existing team, many of whom had been developing and running independently. Furthermore, the foundation stated that neither Cronje nor Nell were co-developers at Fantom, and that the company was not involved in any of the 25 projects in issue, including most significant Yearn Finance. The total value logged on Fantom has dropped to $8.27 billion from $11.26 billion on Sunday, presumably due to the pair's departure. Since its creation, the blockchain has executed over 200 million transactions and has over 2 million active wallets. So ending up with our final coverage. Steve Wozniak, a technology magnate and co-founder of Apple, believes that Bitcoin is on its way to reaching the desired 100,000 price. On the Steve Wildor's Right podcast, Woz, as he wanted to be known, expressed astonishment at how popular Bitcoin and by extension cryptocurrencies had become, claiming that it may be future of the money. Let's have a look at how he supports this bizarre prediction. I can't put any logic to it. I just feel that the interest in crypto is so tremendous. He added, so I placed a bunch of money into an online wallet account called Coinbase and it's pretty much sitting there. The computer software geek also said that while his objective has always been to explore Bitcoin, his initial crypto investment has yielded massive profits, adding to his belief that Bitcoin's price would continue to rise. I wanted to try everything out and understand everything, but suddenly Bitcoin skyrocketed and I was afraid, so I sold all my Bitcoins save one. Wozniak went on. My life's aim is to have enough to play with, experiment with, but not to earn money on. And it's gone way up and made me twice, and I believe Bitcoin will go 100,000 soon. He kept going. As a start, I bought a handful of Bitcoins to see how you play with this new thing. I figured how to buy anything online and succeeded. So we'll round off our analysis for today and see you all tomorrow with even more exciting content. In the meanwhile, you can leave us comments with any recommendations or opinions that you might have. You can also join our Telegram channel for free crypto alerts. For instructions, reviews and tutorials, you may visit our blog, which is linked right below. Also subscribe to the channel to receive daily crypto market updates. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day ahead.